It's a story made for the movies for Iranian intelligence operatives charged by federal prosecutors for planning the abduction of an Iranian-American journalist right here in New York, going so far as to spy on her at the Brooklyn home she shares with her family and hash out plans to whisk her away to Venezuela by boat. That journalist, Masih Alinejad, who's unabashedly critical of Iran's human rights abuses and modesty mandates for women. Masih Alinejad joins me now. Thank you so much for your time. First of all, how did you initially learn of this threat against you?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. I actually learned from the FBI when they came to my house and they told me that you're not safe in this house. I was joking from the beginning because I was like, we Iranians who are criticizing the government are used to receive death threats. And I myself saw my own poster on Friday prayer, like saying that we executed Ruhollah Zam, another Iranian journalist who got actually kidnapped in Iraq to Iran. And next is going to be Masih. So when even the Qasem Soleimani's in Qasem Soleimani's ceremony, not ceremony, funeral, there was a big poster said that we have to execute Masih Alinejad. I said these all to FBI that what's new? Then the FBI said, no, you are under surveillance now. And the intelligence service hired a private investigator. They're taking photos of your private life. Like they took even a picture of my stepson, my husband. And I took them serious. And that's why they moved me to safe houses.
I know that you've been under FBI protection, as you said, going from safe house to safe house for months now. What has that experience been like for you and your family? And do you feel any, safety, or do you feel safer now that these charges are out in the open? Do you think that the Iranian government, based on what the U.S. is alleging, is going to back off of you now?
I don't think so. I mean, the word being safe, it's a luxury for Iranians who criticize the government in Iran. To be honest, I strongly believe that when the Islamic Republic is in power, not only me, non-Iranians won't be safe. And of course, I am under FBI protection, and I'm very pleased for that. But my family lives there. Many journalists, activists, dissidents in Europe, in Turkey, they are not safe. And I hope my case actually shed a light on those innocent activists and dissidents who are under daily death threats. I want to actually mention that when FBI came to me and said that you're not safe, they actually told me that at the same time they found that the same intelligence service group were trying to kidnap 3 dissidents in Canada and 1 dissident in the UK. Yeah. So I'm worried now for them as well.
I know that the Iranian government has called these claims baseless. They have accused American officials of resorting to Hollywood-like scenarios. The State Department, for their part, has said that they are still committed to or wanting to re-enter the JCPOA. They are still open to sanctioning individuals who may have been involved in the plot to kidnap you, but they maintain that re-entering this JCPOA will put the U.S. in a better place to handle situations like this one. What are your thoughts on that decision, and what would you wish to see from the Biden administration, broadly speaking, when it comes to Iran?
Look, I strongly believe that the Iranian regime are now challenging the U.S. government on American soil, and they want to actually see that how the U.S. government reacts. So that is why I demand Biden's administration to take a strong action, because if they don't, then who knows? The regime is going to go after another American citizen. This is the nature of the Islamic Republic. I was a little bit disappointed when I heard that the Biden's administration called this kidnapping law enforcement. It just reminds me of the time when one of the political prisoners got murdered in Iran prison under torture. Again, the State Department said that we are sorry for the bad behavior. Bad behavior? This is not bad behavior. And this is not, the kidnapping is not called law enforcement. These actually have significant explanation. These are like murdering, torturing, killings regime. Ibrahim Raisi, who Biden's administration trying to have a deal with them, is the one actually ordered the massacre, the main, like the mass executions when he was in power. He was the one actually, when he was the head of judiciary system, there were 1,500 people, according to Reuters, got killed in Iran protests. He ordered the execution of 5,000 innocent political prisoners. So you see, what breaks my heart is this. While the regime were trying to kidnap an American citizen, the US government were trying to have a deal with such a regime. I really need to, I want to meet with President Biden or Secretary Blinken and show them the evidence that how they execute innocent people and they arrested their family, and warning them, if you send videos to Masih, if you talk to Masih, you are going to be into prison as well.
All right, Masih Alinejad, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Greatly appreciate it.